Welcome to Cackling in the Void.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Kaylee.
Let's see if the void echoes back today.
We are two best friends diving deeper into the world of Beguiled.
Woo! Chapters 37 through 39. This is our penultimate episode of this book.
I am so excited. First of all, I love that all of our predictions were so off because I loved it. I loved every second. I loved it. As it was coming
everybody
up,
that's
I was
listening
like,
and not watching, she just sat in her chair all proper and went and like rolled her shoulders back and like folded her hands in her lap and was like, I loved it.
I loved it so much. It was unreal. I was like the entire chapter I was going,
yes,
do it.
like, please. Oh God. There were certain points where I also like my jaw dropped. I was like, oh my God.
I was like, yes,
and I was
do
like, yes.
Do it.
I really love how we both had the very similar reaction to it. And I can't wait to talk about it because I have thoughts.
I was like, it happened. I was like, yes, let's
Thank
go.
God. Which we don't condone.
No. Obviously, guys, we're only talking about this in a fictional manner. That's crazy.
Yeah. But the first chapter was insanely short. Chapter 37 was like,
yes.
We listened to it.
But it was like chapter 37
4 minutes long.
Was very, very short. It was like maybe like 5 pages in the book. Like it was really, I was like, technically, I think for Ashley, because she has a bigger screen than me, I think it would be about like 5 to 4.5 pages.
I'm looking.
In mine.
Oh, it literally was half a page, 1 full page, and then half a page. Like it was so short.
So like 4 pages.
See, look. So this.
It's like 3. Does that count as a page? Are you counting? Okay. So like.
But if I go like this.
It's like 3-ish pages.
Yeah.
3-ish pages of dialogue.
But if it's big, it's literally.
Okay. So 2 pages.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stick with the 3-ish pages. Listen, guys, okay? Whatever I see on like mine, I just cut it in half or like a little less than half because her screen is so much bigger. Because I read off of my phone. Yeah. So me like squinting down like.
Daily at 3 a.m.
Excuse me, it's at least at like 2:30. How dare you?
How dare I? I'm so sorry. Sorry, also that yell was because my charger my phone fell off of my horse. Like it dropped out of my pocket. And ever since then, my charger is like insane. Well, now it's not, but like it's
very
insanely
sensitive.
loose. No, like it's like wiggly and loose. Like it's ever since then, it's just been like you move it a little bit and it just falls out, which had not happened before. Sorry, my nose just got like really plugged.
Do you need to blow your nose?
No, I'm good. Okay. Yeah, but anyway, short chapter is all of that long-winded way of saying it was a short chapter, and it's it's from Rainier's point of view.
Yeah.
And they're coming through the castle, and so they finally make it. And they're like, what the fuck is happening? Where's my sister? I need to see her.
Because right now we're coming off of the battle that Rainier and Drina did in like the outer gates area.
Yeah.
And, now they're running in.
Yeah. And we get to see them, and they walk in holding hands. And Ruin just smirks at him, and I'm like, this man knows. But it's really interesting to note that Casimir immediately was like, what is she doing here? Why is she not in chains? And like grabs his sword. And Ruin's like, no, it's fine, bro. Like, yeah, if he trusts him, I trust him.
Yeah, Rainier steps in front of. First of all,
yes, I skipped ahead. Rainier steps in front of
Rainier steps in front of him and puts his hand on his sword, and is like, "Whoa, sir."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Okay, that's crazy."
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally. So like he steps in front of her, and I do love how Drina was like, "Bro, I could also take care of myself. You do realize,
sure." But
also, so thank you, sir. But I know that you brought up an interesting point about it, where it was like, do you think Casimir doesn't have a mate because he can't in that sense because like
I just
Ruin
feel
seemed
like
to notice.
he might not recognize it because he's never felt that feeling.
Yeah.
Like it's not that like I don't think that it's one of those things where it's because I also think that Rainier didn't see it with Talia and Rune until he felt that feeling.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, well, first of all, he has not acknowledged it. We haven't like really gotten Rainier's perspective on who she should marry. We have gotten Rainier's perspective that he is concerned for her future because he doesn't really know what's going to happen. It's extremely uncertain.
Yeah.
And so it's like he could be talking about multiple different things because I also agree. I am worried for her future. It's extremely uncertain.
Yes.
And things like this. So it's like, I don't know. But it's also I do understand like Casimir's first jump of like, wait, she is technically one of the most deadliest assassins in the entire court. In multiple courts, actually. Sorry if that like that I feel like that wasn't like wide enough to see because Drina has such a large reputation.
Yes, she does. You know? Like she's known in the realm of being one of the most deadly assassins, if not the deadliest.
Being like or if not being the best assassin in the entire realm. Mm-hmm. Like I don't like you know what I mean, and so it's like half of me is like I understand why Casimir reacted that way, but I also see and recognize that Rune can like. A little bit more is like I don't want to say a little bit more perceptive, but like is I guess what is the main focus of why we're all here and what's the advantage and what's the importance and what's the significance of everybody actually being here. Yeah. Because I think that he knows that if she really was his like Rainier's like quote unquote prisoner, I don't think she would have stepped foot in that room. Mm-mm. I think she would have been in change in, you know, like he would have dropped her off in like, you know, a dungeon or a cell.
Or like a room to like,
or whatever, you know, like still bound there and then being watched. Like, I don't think she would have stepped foot in that room. Yeah. You know? And so I do think that there's some, like a very specific tact in reading a room, you know, that Casimir seems to not necessarily have in certain terms. So it's
I feel like the social cues are sometimes not 100% there. Or just like reading the room of like, hey, like let's gather all the information before we start reacting.
Yes,
I think is more of where it comes from.
But if you think about the element of wind and how chaotic it is, how ever-changing it is, it sways, it moves, it shifts, and has those like really big like gusts and like those big emotions and things like that. So I do think that I like seeing that.
Yes,
because I like seeing how the elemental powers reflect their personalities. Because all of the things and all of the traits that we're talking about, very much like ice. They're calm, cool, collected, wait, they stay, they melt like not like slowly, like, you know, it's like that, oh, we're gonna stay firm and focus and almost like evaluate what's going on, and then we're gonna like sink and like flow like water, you know? Like it's very different. And so it's like I do like how the elemental powers I do they love possess how that is determined about their personality, because you even see it with Talia, and she like, you know, has fire, and so very similar to her personality and how stubborn and how steadfast she is.
Yeah. What element do you think you would have?
Sorry, I laugh because I don't know. Because it's
I have to go through
hard.
what the elements are in my head. Hold on.
I was like, are we doing avatar elements? Like, I'm so sorry. Further on in this chapter, because like they're gonna start like talking about strategy and how to get Talia back, and Drina is like, oh, I can get you guys there faster. I know how to do it. There's a secret tunnel. And all I thought about, tunnel, secret tunnel, through the mountain. Secret tunnel. Yeah, that's all I thought about.
Oh,
like,
you
the
think about
moment she said that, I was like, I'm so sorry.
It's like, hold on, I gotta pause. Secret tunnel.
Okay, guys, it was fantastic.
Same brain
great
cell.
thing, yeah. That's why I immediately was like, wait, are we talking about like, are we talking about like,
no,
like
I'm just gonna say
elements
in general.
now?
Just in general, not necessarily from.
Yeah, from anything. But if we're talking about elements, it's still going to be earth, fire,
I'm looking up simple.
wind.
Element. Powers that are common
Water.
in books. Yeah. So typically
4.
Yeah. So you can
we're not talking about the fifth element. I don't. Ashley, did you saw that movie, right?
The
fifth element. I'm sorry. The movie is literally called The Fifth Element.
I don't know if I've seen that.
That's crazy. Okay.
It's like fire, water, earth, and air are the classic elements. If you look up classic elements, fire, water, earth, and wind.
Yeah.
What do you think you would have? And then obviously you have like.
It's one of those things where it's like I really think that I'm in between. Like, I think that I'm in between earth and fire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think you,
unfortunately,
wait. Shush. This is what I think you are. I think you come across as fire, but then you're actually earth. Like, people would be like, if like you're not using like your powers, people are like, oh, this is definitely someone that's a fire. But then they like get to know you a bit more. But then you actually have to use your powers and you're earth because you're grounded, and but like you can still have big like emotions, and like you could still like control big things. But you have that control more than like, whereas like I feel like fire is lacking more of that control, which I think you have because of, tons of work that you've put into yourself. I feel like you have gotten a lot of like that control and like stuff. And I feel, and also nature's like, not that fire isn't calming, but like nature, I feel like it's also, nature can be very like intimidating at first, and not that I think you're intimidating me. You can't be, but like to people that don't know you.
Me? What? That's crazy. Me?
But
crazy.
Like nature can be intimidating because if we're going into like earthquakes and like stuff like that, right? And like mountains can be intimidating, but also being in nature is really, really calming, and you're a very calming person to be around.
Thank you.
So that's why I think you would be earth.
Like, I love that you think that. I don't know if any of our listeners are like, I don't know if she's calm to be around. I don't know if any of our listeners would agree with you. But from a personal standpoint, that's really sweet. Thank you.
Thank you.
What element do you think you would be?
I was about to ask, what do you think I would be?
Well, no, you have to say what you would be, what you think you'd be first. Because I do have my own opinion about what I think you would be.
Oh, God, okay. You have an opinion.
I mean...
It's really funny. I thought about what you would be, and I didn't even once think about what I would be. I really... I want to know. Strong opinion.
Not necessarily, but I just, like, I have an element that I already think that you would be. That, like, you lean more towards than any
Yeah, I feel like it's air or water.
I also agree, but I do think that I would say that it's water more than air.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that, and this is why I think that you have to understand the different types of water that they could exist. That you are like a very steadfast, easygoing, light-flowing stream, but have larger swells such as rapids and ocean waves, and your like capability and your like emotional depth is so vast that like me, I'm like I'm like, I'm so fucking sentimental. I'm so sorry, guys. Like it's like it's vast, like the ocean, and like you contain so much depth that like there's like a never ending like depth to this, and like and as the ocean can still be like calm and steadfast, it can also have like large swells and mystery and like new discoveries to be found. Like, I don't know. So that's why I'm like, I think that you are more that than wind, even though I do think that
I feel like it's another, like, I come across as wind.
Yeah, very similar. Like the chaotic side comes across a little bit stronger, a little bit more like bolder than you know, your other sides. But I do think that in certain terms, I think that you would be more water than that. Me. But also, obviously, we have to go together. So,
yeah, so that's why it's the water.
Clearly, you have to be water.
I need you to help shape my streams. Water and fire don't go together.
No, I mean, actually, I don't know about that. I think that it could. I was like, we could be a hot spring.
That's true. That's true.
Me, I'm like, we could be a hot spring.
I still think you're Earth.
We could be a sauna. Actually, yeah, we could. We could create a sauna now.
Imagine, I want a sauna right here.
I like not gonna lie about it.
I love saunas.
Man. If I could have a sauna and then like a cold plunge, like
I feel like I would die in a cold plunge.
Actually, you know what? I thought that, but I really do enjoy cold plunges.
Really? I feel like I would die.
And it's only after I've been in extremely like in a hot spring or like in
I do like that.
I mean, really like hot sauna for a very long time. I like a nice little like cold plunge or like a cold plunge before I go into the sauna.
Yeah, and you're like,
a little like whew.
When I was younger, I would go in like the hot tub, get all nice and toasty, and then jump into the pool. So kind of.
Yeah, like very similar to like that aspect, because when I'm saying like cold plunge, I'm not talking about like I'm not talking about like an ice bath. Okay, guys, we're not talking like that. I'm talking about like still water, no ice. It's just cold. It's just like cold water. Yeah, like it's just cold water. I'm not
like
having
California
like freezing
ocean
ice
water.
temperature. Yes. Okay, that's what I mean. Like
it's
a cold
plunge. I would say California water is quite cold.
Yes, I do think that it depends on like the time of day that you go out, because obviously like if you go out like during the summer in California, the water is like nice, cold, and refreshing like during the day. But if you go back like out a little bit later, like after the sun goes down, the ocean is actually quite warm to the point where like I'm like, wow, the ocean feels so good, guys, let's go in. And I'm like it's nighttime. I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. I know, I'm sorry.
Have you ever gone swimming in the ocean at night?
Oh yeah. But you have to be. But here's the thing: is you have to be extremely careful. You have to be in the right area to do it. You have to make sure, like, number one, make sure like that you understand like where the tide is, where the moon's at, and also the cycle of moon really matters and makes a difference of where the waves are at, what tide's coming in. Got to be really careful, because at night, you know, obviously there are no lifeguards out. Number one, number two, it's easier to get swept at night, I think, just because the moon has a lot more pull. Yeah. The moon does control our tides.
It does. You know? It really does. And I have gone night swimming. It is quite fun.
Yeah. I love going night
swimming.
I think night swimming is more fun than
absolutely.
I will going swimming in the day.
On the hill that night swimming, even in a pool or something, is way more fun.
Far superior.
You don't get burnt.
Yeah,
there's there's less people.
Yes, but it's also like
it's so relaxing.
There's just like something quiet. About like floating in the water and like then like looking up like at the quote unquote moderate stars. I'm not ever gonna say that. Number one, I don't ever think that certain parts of California have like a lot of stars, so that's why I put it in quotes, because it's not like I see a lot of stars. I see a little, but like not nearly as much as Ashley does. But you know what I mean.
But even then, we don't see that many compared to like.
Well, yeah, compared to other
Yosemite.
Areas.
Oh God, gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I think it'd be really fun if we went on a camping trip just to look at stars. I am a sucker for stargazing. I love stargazing. Yeah,
and Avery now has all knowledge.
All the knowledge. They absorbed it like a sponge. And I'm like,
first of all, I love that, because I'm like,
I do.
I'm just like,
wow, look at the pretty dots in the sky.
Wow. the wow.
Wow. I know.
Fire floating in
that
the
one
air.
is moving.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Gas.
And then Avery's like, this is this and this and this. And I'm like, wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Avery has all of the knowledge, and it's very cool to hear about it.
That. It's so awesome.
It's so cool. I know like 4 constellations, and that's it.
Yeah, I can only really tell you what the Big Dipper is and the Little Dipper and maybe Orion's belt.
Yeah. I can tell you Orion's belt. I can tell you those 3.
Yeah, and I was like, and that is it.
I can tell you what the moon is, and I could tell you my knowledge.
Oh yeah, I could also tell you where the moon is.
I could probably also tell you what ones are satellites. Because you could see the blinking.
Yeah. Also, I'm really good at seeing airplanes.
Ooh, I'm also really good at that. Yeah.
I'm so good at it.
And I'm also planets are easier to spot. I just can't tell you what one it is. Because they're bright.
That's true. I guess here I don't really see them unless I'm like further out.
That's true. Yeah, because it's if you have like if it's like really bright.
I was like, you guys were able to see Jupiter like with the naked eye, like what? Yesterday?
We can see it almost every night. We can see...
Yeah, which is crazy. I'm like, which is crazy. Like, which is also like really awesome that you guys like live.
You can't, but you can see it. I've seen it in California.
Can you?
In my grandpa's backyard.
Like, clearly I'm not educated enough about the stars to be like,
I just know because I remember my grandpa pulling me outside. I just remember my grandpa pulling me outside and going, that's a planet and that's a planet. And I went,
wow.
Thanks, Grandpa. That's pretty cool.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah, but they're not going to be doing any stargazing because they're going into a tunnel.
Yeah, they're not. And they go into a tunnel for like a week.
A week. And they're like, okay. But Drina is like, okay, like you guys are going to go, but I'm going to have to stay back a little bit because everyone's going to like kill me.
Well, but also it's like she understands how quickly things can shift in the Unseelie court, and she openly is like, I can get you in there, but like whatever happens is up to you guys. Like you guys have to like basically like I'm gonna get you in, and then you guys have to take point, and I'll follow your guys' lead, and you guys can do whatever the fuck you want because I'm not spearheading this. I'm just getting you in.
Yes,
that's it. And she is, I mean, really good at that. She like holds her promise,
and they don't know at this point if she's alive or not.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which I think is really interesting.
I like that Drina was like, oh, we're going to get in there and I'm going to pose, like Rainier's going to pose as my captive.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And then we're going to come in and you guys are going to follow us like a little bit of, like back, you know?
Yeah.
And then come in after us.
Yeah. So I do like how they have the whole plan and they're like, okay, let's do it for Talia.
Yeah. And I also love how Drina is just so like on it. Like Drina is immediately, like you can tell what a tactician she is because even like coming up in like the next chapter, because literally that's it, they come up with a plan, they're like, we're gonna go through the secret tunnel, and then that's it, end of chapter, let's go get Talia.
Secret tunnel through the mountain, secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
It's gonna be stuck in my head for the rest of the day.
Sorry, it's one of the best songs ever.
It's so great. It's great.
Amazing. Yeah.
But we go into chapter 38.
Yeah, we're gonna go into chapter 38 now.
And now we're in the Unseelie court, and we're in Talia's point of view again. Yes. And Draven, oh my god, he like comes into her cell.
We're in like her like jail cell. But also
she's like openly saying, she's like, this part was odd. Just because you and I were talking about it yesterday, but so she's like talking, she's like, I don't know how long it's been. It could like, it feels like it's been like 3 weeks, right? And then Draven ends up coming in,
she's like, you know, she's like, I've been bound this entire time and like everything like that. And she's like, I just feel like with the amount of meals and how much they take me out and blah, 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 it's been 3 weeks. Yeah.
And so Draven like comes in and he openly says, he's like, the king sent me to soften you up for him. And I was like, that's disgusting.
Yeah, there was certain like phrasing that I was like, he like, but I love that the author does that because he really does seem slimy.
He does seem slimy.
Like that very like uncomfortable, like
Yeah.
Slime. But also I like how Draven is so calculated in his movements, because it openly, she's like, it kills her how slow he moves to put the key in and turn the cell thing and slowly creak it open just to like step forward. Like, she's like, it seems like he's taking years to do this motion.
Yeah.
So,
and she, he's saying, he's like, no one's coming for you. It's been a week and nobody's come for you. And it's, me and you were talking about it. And I'm like, it's very interesting of how skewed her point of view of the time is. And I was like, it could be a very interesting, depending on how they want, what their goal is for the prisoner and how they want to go about it. It could be a very interesting tactic to really fuck up and mess around with meal schedules, because the mind is a very powerful thing. The longer it feels like it's been trapped, and I mean, she's been bound, like her hands and feet have been bound this entire time. And so the longer it feels like it's been trapped, it can't move, it can't do things. You're useless at this point. It's the longer it's like that, and the longer it thinks it's like that, the weaker you're gonna be, first off. Because 1, you're not doing anything. 2, your brain is so powerful. It could be like, oh, we've been here for a month. We've been here for 3 weeks. Like, we're really exhausted, even though it's only been a week. And so it's a very interesting tactic where it's like, if, let's say, they're giving her a meal at 2 p.m. and then they give her one at like 7, but then instead of it being like, oh, that was like lunch and dinner, they give her one at like 2 or 3 a.m. Okay, now her time, and like, if she can't see windows and stuff, she doesn't know when it's light, she doesn't know when it's dark. Now her sleep schedule is going to be off. She's not sleeping as much. She could be more delirious. She is still getting food, but it weird scheduling and like different times every day, it could really, really mess up your perception of what time it is, how long you've been there. And even if, let's say, I don't expect them to be giving her like big full-on meals, even if it's just like a piece of cheese, like, you know what I mean? Like, it can really mess up your perception of time, which, once again, if like, because it doesn't seem like they wanted to kill her.
Well, no, because the prophecy is like, we kind of need her to make babies.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like,
sorry.
I feel like they want to give her food and stuff because of that. Like, they want her to like keep eating and be, in quotes, healthy, but she's still a captive. And that's why I'm like, I feel like that actually is, for this situation, a very good tactic of, you don't know how long you've been here. They're not coming for you. Let's get in your head about it.
Yes, very much. You know what I mean? And like you said, the mind is a very, very powerful thing. So it's the perception of what is going on, what is actually happening, Yeah. It's like a very interesting thing to think about almost,
And he is like, he goes over to her and is like slowly dragging a knife like along her neck, not enough to like cut her, but he is like openly like, he's savoring my fear. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, it's like very like slow and languid motions that it's just like it's just like, it's uncomfortable, and it's one of those things where it's like, he's like, don't even think about escaping and all these things, and like he is just like so close to her, and then just like very quickly, just like a very like quick motion, like he cuts her hands and he cuts her feet, and so like now she's not bound anymore.
Yeah, he cuts the
rope stuff. Sorry if that was unclear in my phrasing. Sorry. He cuts her see, that's the thing, is like, I'm like, hate to say like shackles, but like her bindings. That's what it is. There's the word.
There you go.
He cuts her bindings off, and now her feet and her hands are free.
Yes. Yes. There you go. Which I thought was really interesting.
Why?
Why do you think he did it?
Because I think that he thought that well, number one, I think that they were going to walk to see the king anyway.
Oh, that's fair. But interesting that he cut the hands. Feet if you're walking, sure. But interesting.
I think it's also the idea of the king probably wanted her to present in a very specific way.
That's
number
fair.
one. But also number two, could have been a little bit more of the foreshadowing, because in the next chapter. Sorry, we're gonna spoil the next chapter because I
but
feel
if you're
like
already
it's
here.
yeah, but because I feel like it's kind of important to like think about this for a second, especially in the timing of this, because I think that it had already started. Because if you think about where, in terms of where this sequence ends,
Mm-hmm.
Andrina and Rainy are right there. No, that battle had already started. So Draven was sent to Talia after they had already infiltrated.
That's true.
And so, and then we see him perched, just sitting and looking at the fray. So, like, it's one of those things where it's like the Unseelie King is very calculated in certain terms. So I think that he did it because I think he wanted to see her potential. I think he, number one, wanted to see her potential. Number two, I think that the opportunity to crush somebody's resolve in fear and desperation.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss to him. Sorry, that was kind of crazy. But like in certain terms, it had to have already been happening.
Yeah. Because of how it was described,
it just
how it was
started.
going on. Yeah.
Like, or like he got to the cell and then it just started. You know? But it's just like it seems a little bit more calculated.
Yeah.
And I think that Draven may not have been instructed to cut the ropes on her hands off. I think he did it because there because I think that he thought that her resolve was weaker than that. I think that he, even though, like, but it's also like one of those things where it's like you saw her training. It's not like he wasn't a guard in the castle for a bit. And like, yes, he left after the winter solstice, but like that was still like a good like 6 months you were in that castle with her. And like, she wasn't good at it at first, but like nobody's good at it at first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it is hard to say why he did it, but I think that half of it was, I think that she's too weak. And I think that she doesn't have the resolve to do what she probably needs to do.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree with this. Yeah. But she ends up kicking him in the balls. And
which I love. I'm sorry.
I love that.
The first thing that she does is like she's cut free and then she like kind of like staggers like I mean, because like she's like up and like and then like, she just sees the opportunity and she's like, hell yeah, brother. Just like kicks him square in the balls. I'm like, good for you.
Yeah,
good for you.
Good job.
And then obviously he's like a little stunned, like, you know.
Yeah,
he's a little stunned after that.
Shocking.
Yeah, and then like, you know, she tries to run towards the door. Yeah, she doesn't get and like he grabs halfway.
Her hair, which that would hurt so bad.
Yeah, like to be yanked
like if you're
down
running
by your
full
hair.
Force and like you're grabbed by your hair and then you just get that like bank. Eek.
Yeah,
that would hurt.
Like not fantastic.
Depending also like if you only grab like a little bit, the less you grab, the more painful it is.
He had to have grabbed a handful,
but a good
because it was still enough to
stop
stay
her in her
up
tracks.
against. Yeah, exactly. I was like, it had to have been a big enough chunk to like stop her. So it's like it had to have been a good handful. It couldn't have been a couple things because it didn't break off.
Exactly.
You know.
And he like her knees buckle and she like and he's like pushing her back.
Yeah.
And she's like
because she's
dizzy.
also weak from like not I guess not used. Like that's the thing that I'm like a little confused about, especially like right here, because like as we're going into this, like after her knees buckle and like she hits the ground, she like openly is like her vision goes fuzzy. She gets a wave of like large dizziness, and I'm like, are they drugging her? Because that could be a thing. That they are drugging her, which is also like could explain like the time difference in her mind. Do you think that they're drugging her?
I wouldn't be shocked if they were drugging her.
But do you think that they are? Do you? Oh. Sorry. Do you think that they are actually? Before I say this, do you think that she like? Okay, it's gonna be a very like woman thing for a second. You know how like right before your period, like you just get like really tired and like somewhat delirious, and you're just like this like very like I don't know.
Everything is aggravating, but you're like feeling dizzy and fuzzy.
Yes, and you're fuzzy, and then like, but also it's like you have no concept of time.
Yeah,
because everything is just so much. But then also it's like there's like so little at this, like you just don't really give a shit at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah, that because it seems.
I would like that sounds. I was like, yeah, that does kind of sound like what it feels like.
And then because we're getting to the point in the fight where like she starts using her elemental power.
Mm-hmm.
And then he openly is like, "Oh, that's it? That's all you got?" After mind you, he does get like burnt to like a very uncomfortable crisp.
Yes.
He's still standing though,
Yeah.
But it's also like do you think that she's feeling this way because she awakens?
And her body's kind of like, whoa, what the fuck?
And her body's like readjusting? Or do you think that she was drugged?
But technically, didn't she awaken when she first got her powers?
But not I don't know. Because the way that they were talking about it was like you can use your powers before like she's fully awakened.
I think she's starting to awaken. I think that's what it was.
See, and that's where I'm like, the unclear. That's why I was like, what do you think? Do you think like she's drugged?
Because I feel like they would have mentioned if she was drugged.
That's also what I would think.
So that's why I think it's her powers. Because that's a really important piece of information that I don't think would be like glossed over. Like it could be like a one-off comment, but it wouldn't be glossed over like that.
We're only getting Talia's perspective.
That's also true.
So why would they tell her that they're drugging her?
That's true.
So like that's why I'm like,
comment down below if you guys think she was drugged or do you think it was her powers.
Me being like, I know that this is the only way that I could equate this was like getting your period.
But it's also so valid because literally me all the time, like,
or like I mean I don't know, like like puberty fog. Like when that happens, like you just get like weird.
You just get weird.
No, you do. I'm sorry. Have you met adolescents?
Yes.
They're, like it just like you're just like, damn. I'm sorry. Life's getting weird for you. That's just what it is.
Yeah, you're like, oh damn, like, man, that sucks for you, bro.
Like you'll get over it eventually. But like it gets weird for a bit. You know what I mean? Like it just like me. I'm like it just gets weird. Or
no,
like,
it does.
Like when you're going through like even like a large like transition period in your life, like 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 big life changes, like moving,
dogs,
all of those things, like all like you know what I mean, like there like can be like that brain fog that like, oh my gosh, like I didn't keep up with this thing and I should have.
Or as someone that just had to like be home for 2 weeks, and like I forgot what day it was, and I could see outside, like so I knew when it was like light, like days were passing, but like it got to the point where I was like, is it Wednesday? Is it Monday?
Yeah, what day is it?
Saturday?
Yeah.
And then like I didn't know what like the date was. Like I had to like look up, because it's just like you do, like if you're not having to know what it is, you're not really looking at it. It's like because like especially if you have like, because it's so different when you have things planned. So it's like when you have things planned, it's I'm doing that on Thursday, I'm doing this on Friday, I'm doing this on Sunday. And so it's like you kind of know the days of the week due to what you're doing. And so when you aren't doing shit for 2 weeks, gone. Absolutely gone. I was like, what do you mean?
Like, I have no
Monday?
schedule,
like I'm not even
matters.
joking. My dad's birthday was Monday, and I called him, and it was like a FaceTime call, and I'm like, we're talking. I'm not even joking, Kaylee. 30 minutes passes, and I didn't know it was Monday. I didn't know it was the 25th. I was just there because I called him because I needed help with my Vitamix.
I love that. You're like, Dad, I need help.
I need help, Father. And so then, I'm talking with my aunt who's living with him. And she like, now it's a FaceTime call. And she shows me a birthday gift with his name on it like on a card and a birthday gift. And I literally, my first thought wasn't, oh my God, it's my dad's birthday. It was, why are they showing me a birthday gift that's from my birthday 2 months ago? Because like, and I've thought that for 2 minutes. This wasn't like a 10-second thought. This is like a 2-minute. I'm like, they're like, and she's like, are you looking at the camera? I'm like, yeah, I don't know why you're showing this to me. And then I was like, oh my God, Ashley, you're so fucking dumb. It's his birthday. Because I didn't realize that many days had passed. Because it's like, I was stuck inside it, like in the teens. And then it became like the middle of the 20s. Like it was the 25th. And I'm like, oh. And I was like, it's Monday.
It's Monday.
I was like, I'm so sorry, Dad. And they're like, how did you forget? I'm like, you try not knowing what day it is for 2 weeks.
All of the time.
It really does. It messes up your brain. I'm like, bro, that was awful. And now I'm still like readjusting. I'm like, it's Thursday. No, it's Tuesday. No, what day is it? Like, I'm still like,
I'm like, I don't know.
Granted, I do that all the time. I'm like it was Tuesday, and I'm like, it's a Saturday. And I'm like full confidently. I'm like, it's not a Saturday. And like, it was Wednesday. I'm like, it's a Monday. And I'm like, no, that's not how this works.
Sometimes days of the week just feel weird. You're like,
they do. Because there's certain feels of certain days of the week.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how to describe it, but there's a certain feel for each day of the week, and it just didn't feel like that day. And I'm like, this is wrong.
I agree.
But anyway.
Yeah.
She also had that, where she was just messed up time-wise. Yeah. So I understand her.
But, like, here, like, she was given the opportunity to escape, and she's trying her hardest, and she's going to fight for it.
And she burned him. Like, to an uncomfortable crisp, like you said.
Yeah.
And like
to an uncomfortable crisp. Because, like, she literally engulfs the room in fucking flames.
Yeah. And so he's like, you bitch, and like grabs her throat and puts her against the wall. Yeah. But then his hand starts burning, and she touches him, and like his arms are now starting to burn because she's so hot. And so like she's like, oh my God, I'm overheating. Which, that sounds awful. But
but I mean, she's not as concerned because she's like, oh, I'm gonna channel all of this heat into him.
Yeah. And then she's like,
which like I'm glad that like we get to see.
Yes. Because it's also like, I feel like this book, like, yes, it's a fantasy, but we don't see the magic very often.
Yeah.
It's
but we also see her adjust because of what Ashley's going to say.
Yeah, next. Yeah. So she also does say, she's like, the power inside her fully unleashed. Mm-hmm. So I do think that, like, that dizziness was from her awakening, the fully. Like, fuck.
And like, that's why I was like, what is this? What is this? Is this drugs?
Yeah.
Is this drugs? Is this your period, or is this drugs?
Is it the drugs inside your body, or is it drugs outside your body?
What is happening? Is this drugs?
Yeah. So the door in the hallway like opens and footsteps come through because she like burns him again, and he's like, she's like, oh, like his inferno had evaporated,
like, collapsed, and he's unconscious.
And she's like, oh, I've won for now. And then she sees Rainier walk in. Yeah. And there's a woman she's never seen who is Drina. And she's like, wow,
she openly is like, wow, she's striking.
And I immediately was like,
and I'm like, yeah, she is.
And then,
I mean, like, even like the way that they describe her again.
Like with, she's like, striking, like the dark black hair. And...
Yeah, like the dark black hair, her eyes, like all of it. I'm like,
yeah. And she's like, Drina's impressed, and she like looks, she's like, not bad. Like,
yeah, because like, especially like, because she does recognize who these people are.
Yeah.
And, so she's like, wow, not bad.
Pulls her into a hug, and it does say for like half a second longer than was necessary, but she liked it.
Yeah, she appreciated it because like, and to see somebody that's so familiar.
Oh, that probably felt so nice. Yeah. And I will say, I love that it was the brother that came and not one of the twins.
I also agree.
I think that's how it should have been. And I love that she's the one that defeated him.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And he just came to like help her walk out.
Yes.
I think it went down perfectly. That's exactly what I needed in my life.
Like, because it's like, we need to see that she is
capable, and she doesn't need to stand behind a man.
That she can stand on her own, because like a lot of this book is alluding to her coming into her own strength and her own power and being her own. And seeing that fierceness. And it's one of those things where it's like the sometimes I feel like female protagonists, sometimes they're it sounds so shitty. Sometimes they take too many steps back to let their partner feel something.
Yeah.
In terms of like where their power is at. Like sometimes I just feel like they take too many like steps back to like let their partner like feel like they are protecting them, or feel like they can, like that they are, you know, contributing to like this type of scary situation.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like I don't want to.
I know
like,
we've talked about it earlier in this book where it's
like
well, I'm gonna use Talia and Casimir for an example. The like her kind of like taking a step back, or let's say like it was Casimir that came in and him going like, "Oh, I saved you," and like her giving him that moment of, "Oh my god, I'm the one that rescued you. I saved you," when in actuality it was her that saved herself.
Yes,
but she's letting him have that feeling and that emotion because it'll make him feel better. So in that sense, I'm just like, I know that that's exactly what happened if he came in too. And that's where I think like we kept going, oh, like his motivation is different because he wants to make himself feel good.
Yes.
It's not necessarily about her. And so, and like she's just a way to make himself have that bigger ego boost and that bigger and things like that. And so I'm very glad that it was not, and I'm really glad it wasn't Ruin that came in.
Yeah. Me
because
too.
As much as I love it and I want them to kiss so badly.
Put your faces together and rub them together.
As much as I want it and as much as I need it in my soul. Like, I'm glad it wasn't him. Oh god, I was trying to explain to somebody like the feeling. I'm like, I don't think you like my entire, when someone like kisses for the first time and it's been like when in the god, like if someone kisses for the first time when I'm reading something or like I'm watching something, it's like a full like, oh my god, finally. Like it's a whole, like my whole body's like me, like oh. I get so excited.
Look at him
Fine. Like in Hazelthorn. Fuck.
Oh my god. Me. The whole time I was like, they just,
it's like your body, like my body. I'm like, oh, but it's like in my chest. I'm like, oh god. Yes. And then they kiss, and it's like this weight simultaneously is more there, but lifted.
Very much so. Yeah.
So I can't wait for them to kiss, so I can have that feeling with them.
Kiss,
please.
Kiss.
But he wasn't there. We love that. They keep walking. She's leaning on Renier as they're walking in the hall, which I do like how she accepts the help to walk.
Yes.
I love that. And it's not no, I defeated him, so I'm strong and I'm powerful and I could do it. It's no, I did that. Now I'm really fucking tired. Can you help me walk, please?
Yeah.
And that's not admitting defeat. That's
Mhm.
not anything like that. It's just needing help. And that's okay.
Yeah.
So they're walking and she, like, they're at a door and, like, Drina's, like, listening in and they open it. And, like, the ballroom there is, like, a war zone. Like, everybody is fighting. It's a sea of black and green and, like, utter mayhem is how it was described. And she's, like, sees a figure and she, like, her breath gets taken away. And it was, like, a blur of, like, Casimir. Like, Casimir just fighting there.
Yeah, it's that flash of white.
Yeah. And it's, like, beside him. Rune was fighting with the same deadly ferocity. So, and I actually love how we saw them, like, working as a team fighting.
Yes. And that's the thing is, like,
that. Also, once again, how this author wrote the fight scenes is so good. It's such a dance.
Yes.
And I love that. I'm like, oh, God. I'm such a sucker for that. I'm like, please.
But I also think...
Because when you're an actor or something, obviously you would know this more, but like when you're an actor and when you're doing things like that, when you're doing stunt training, and we're going to use swords and stuff specifically, it is literally like a dance routine. You are taught how to step and how to move it. It's a full-on choreographed dance. So I loved how she wrote it like that.
I also agree. Like that to me is like the best part.
Yes.
About it, because like she does stand in that, and she also like doesn't shy away from like, you know, leaning on her friends. Leaning on people in terms of like knowing that your power does come from everywhere.
Yeah. And I do love how, you know, like I said, like we don't really see magic very much in this book, and I'm curious to see how it, like, magic kind of comes into play more in the second. But it's like the magic pulses around them, both wind and ice circling around them, unstoppable force cutting down those around them.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's and like seeing them, and like, yes, she's like taking it all in, and like seeing like these brothers like actually work together, because, you know, for the most part we've seen them argue 9 times out of 10. You know, they don't really get along, but like seeing them like this is like renewing something within her, you know, almost.
Yeah.
And she is also more like,
I love how we see, because I feel like a lot of the times in a lot of things, it's like you have the two siblings that are pinned against each other, and then like there's still like, it's still a competition and things like that. But I feel like in like real life and like in actuality, that's your sibling, and you can hate them to death. There's still a lot of
love there,
but there's
regardless.
still so much love. You know, like you can hate them to death, but there's still so much love.
Like,
and so
there's
it's
still that.
Yeah, and so it's like I love how we see like we're gonna work together because you're still my brother. I still love you
very much,
and we're not seeing that. How dare you cut down that man? I was gonna go for him. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
you know. So I love that.
But I also love how like she like saw them and like was like, we need to get to them. We need to get to them. And Drina's like, okay, but we have to cut through like this room to get to the other room to get to them, because like they're in like a ballroom. Like they have to cross an entire ballroom, basically like throne room, to get to them. Yeah. And so it's like there is like quite a bit of things, and Drina sees an opening and she's like, okay, I got it. Let's go this way. Yeah. And ends up giving, you know, Talia a sword. And Talia's like, you know, feels good about. Also, can we just talk about how ornate all of the swords and daggers are? Because like, I know, even like Draven's in the cell, like the way that it's described is being very ornate, like jewel encrusted silver, like very very ornate. And even this sword is extremely ornate, and it's really interesting because like you see her imbue her magic into this sword.
Yeah. Oh God, the way it was described of how it went into the sword was gorgeous. Like how it was engulfed in flames, and I was like, God damn, this is beautiful writing. I'm obsessed.
Seriously.
I love it. And I do love how she's like, when she's like watching Drina and stuff, she's like, who is this woman? Like, why is she so great? This is fantastic.
Yeah, and I love how like she can recognize that like within like the people and her allies around her, but she also openly sees that like there's too many. Yeah. This is a lot. We don't have enough. The staggering amount of numbers is intimidating, even though I have this amazing team backing me. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And they're going through the fray, and it's one of those things where it's like she is still fighting, even though Drina is in front of her and Rainier is behind her. She's still having to fight. She's still having to fend for herself, because
even though
like,
she's tired.
Yeah,
like she's doing it tired too.
Yeah. She's not like, she's doing it tired, and also it's like her sword is on fire. So her sword, regardless, like she's still pulsing her, like pushing her magic out. Yeah. Which is something that we haven't seen her do. Yeah. You know? And they end up like crossing that room in this like formation almost, and they get to like the narrow hallway almost that like they can now like fully see them. Like, yeah, you know, them fighting. And so like she has to like go through like this hallway that like nobody was like really there. Like Drina's like, oh, like let's go through this door, we'll get to them faster, basically. Yeah. Which is kind of interesting, because I'm like, wow, the Unseelie Court Kingdom, like their castle kind of reminds me of like Alice in Wonderland. Like,
ooh,
just kind of like go through like a bunch of different doors to get to like the same rooms, but different rooms all at the same time. And
very
it's just
complicated.
Like, this very like complicated maze almost. Because it is kind of odd, because like But also, it's like the way that I kind of looked at it was like ballroom, throne room, like lower level, but and like they're like at the upper level, like type of thing.
Kind of how I saw it was like, here's the ballroom, and then if you look, like here's the main entrance, and then there's stairs on the sides.
Yeah, because like it's like at this point, like it looks like, it sounds like they go through like this big like fray in the ballroom, and then they have to go through, like they openly say it's like a narrow tunnel.
Yeah,
they walk through this door to go through like this narrow tunnel thing, and then they get to the end.
Yep.
And like, there's more soldiers waiting for them.
Yeah.
And so it's like I'm a little confused about how like she saw them, but like they're in a different room.
Yeah. But they finally get, and like their eyes meet. Like Casimir and her eyes meet.
Yes.
And she's like, wow. Like everything pauses for a moment, and like she kept like flickering and like looking at the grand dais at the far end of the ballroom where the figure stood. And then because the unseelie king is now like watching her, his eyes were fixed on her, a dark smile curling his lips as if he had been waiting for her all along. So I do think that Draven did that on purpose. I think it was a whole setup.
Because here's the thing is like, also it's like once they get through that narrow corridor, she tells these soldiers, stand, like move or I will make you move.
Yeah.
And they laugh because she doesn't think that she's nearly like as strong or as powerful or as ferocious as she needs to be. And literally she kind of like burns them all and like slices them up, and it's fantastic. Like kind of like burns them to a crisp. And I'm like, I love that for you, girl.
Yeah, do it. Good job.
That brings us into chapter queen.
Yes. Do it. Yeah. So that brings us into chapter 38, which is literally just continuation. And she describes a dark chill running down her spine as like the king and her lock eyes, and I'm gonna call him the king because that's what he is. And
I was like, what else would we call him?
Well, instead of like the unseelie king, I'm just gonna call him the king. The dark smile was unnerving, a stark contrast to the chaos surrounding them. He stood amidst the battle, an island of eerie calm, as though the fight was of no concern. His eyes focused entirely on her. So I do think it was all a setup for him to see what she was like and everything like that.
And that's the thing is like, that's why I was like, oh, it seems like that would be the case. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, like, no, I agree.
Like, that's why I was like, I don't know. Or maybe it was to force her to awaken.
Yeah. Who knows? But, as they're going, like, and now Casimir's, like, in front of her. Like, he stands by her side and, like, puts him in front of her. Yeah. And, like...
Because he realizes who she's looking at. Or who's... Yeah. Or really, who's looking at her, not even who she's looking at. Who's looking at her.
Yep.
And I think, like, that is the thing.
Yeah.
I just wanted to point it out.
And he does say, he's like, oh, the unseelie prince comes to face me at last.
Yeah. Sorry. The Seelie prince.
The Seelie prince comes to face me at last.
Yeah.
And I thought, so interesting. Like, just... I mean, technically,
he is the prince.
He is the prince.
He's not.
No, I have a note here that I think was interesting.
Okay.
And, like... I do love how, once again, it's just described like there's this raw power that's radiating from him that's like, it's a calm in the room, but it's dark.
Yeah.
And I think it's really interesting. And like, she openly is like, the king moves quick. He is like there all of a sudden. And like, the Casimir and the king are fighting. And so my note was, it's how interesting that like now Talia is calling him the prince during this fight.
Yeah. I also kind of agree.
I think it's interesting that she starts calling him like, oh, like the prince is doing this, the prince is doing that. I'm like, how interesting that now, because he said that, you're kind of calling Casimir the prince now instead of just Casimir or Cass.
Yeah. I also agree.
Yeah, I don't think it's like that big of a deal, but I just thought it was interesting to note.
Yeah. But it could be to keep it easier in terms of like kingdoms.
That's true. That is true.
There's a king and a prince.
Yeah.
But it's also, I feel like, to make it more significant in terms of, like, he is going to be the promised king. Like, he is a prince.
Exactly. And, like, Casimir's, like, telling her to stay back. And she's like, well, like, how can I stand idle? Like, this is so dangerous.
I agree,
like,
yeah. Yeah, and like in her mind, she's like, how can I sit here and idly watch you when this circumstance is so incredibly dangerous?
And like tell Sandra you're hiding behind you think hiding behind your prince will save you. Like, whoop! I was like, ooh! And I'm like, no.
Yeah, I immediately was like, oh,
and I was like, oh my gosh. And I do love how he's like, you can't protect her forever, Casimir. She'll be mine soon enough. I'm circling back to that line. Please remind me to circle back to that line.
Oh, I will, because I want to circle back,
I have
too.
Thoughts. I have so many thoughts.
I also have thoughts. I also have a lot of thoughts.
I think we're on the same train.
Yes, I think that we are, but I want to hear what you have to say first. But I can't say it circle back.
I have to wait.
Yeah, we were going to circle back. Yeah.
I have so many thoughts. I'm like, oh my God.
Okay.
Anyway, and so she's like, we need to leave, right? Like, because Rainier comes and it's like, no, we can't leave them. Because he's like, come on, like, let's go. They can fight. We need to get you out of here. But also, it's so interesting because I know that you and I have talked about, it's like, it gets frustrating when, like, a character that's not quite ready to fight is like, no, I need to do this. I don't care. And, like, they're really pushing through that. But I feel like this was done actually quite well because we're seeing that, but we're also seeing her once again, like, lean on her friends and stuff like that. What do you think about that? Because I know, like, we've talked about it where it's like, hey, girly, you can't do it right now. And that's okay. Please step back. Don't be dumb. So what do you think about it in this situation?
I think that I kind of agree because she doesn't have the training. And I think she knows that. But it's also like the idea of, I do think that the same thing that you said earlier, that Casimir kind of triggers this very specific, like, thing in her. Yeah.
I agree.
That, is different. You know what I mean? Like, it's like Casimir triggers this very, very specific thing in her that is like, oh, maybe he's right. Maybe I don't, like, maybe I need, something else.
Yeah. I agree. And so then, they kind of keep fighting and she's like yelling for Casimir and she's like, no, like, we can't leave. And Ruin joins Casimir's side and is fighting. And then this king, it happened so quick. The king, like, takes a sword and, like, stabs Casimir in the chest. My jaw dropped. Let me find this because it was so quick. Casimir landed a powerful blow against the king's side, and for a moment, hope flared in her chest. But the king recovered too quickly, a wicked grin spreading across his face as dark magic pulsed through him. Drawing Casimir in, ice spreading.
He fainted.
That's how you spell fainted? It's with an E?
I don't know, but
anyway.
In the audiobook, I clearly remember this thing.
Saying
it
fainted.
says that he fainted. Yeah. In terms of like, not like, oh my God, I fainted, but like in terms of like a fighting.
Yeah.
Stab.
Yeah. The king grinned, and so like Casimir, they're working together again. So Casimir has ice on him, but he breaks not Casimir, Ruin.
Sorry, because Ruin is too far away, and he sees what's going to happen, and he pushes his ice magic out to try to slow the blow to potentially help.
Yeah, and so the king like grins and is easily breaking free of the ice. His sword came down in a sweeping arc, catching Casimir off guard. Time slowed. Seemed to slow as the blade pierced Casimir's chest. He staggered, face swelling in pain, but he didn't fall, not yet. Blood poured from the wound, staining the marble beneath him, his eyes wide with shock, his sword slipping from his hand, clattering to the floor. And her heart, Talia's heart shattered as she saw the life slowly draining from his eyes. Like, it simultaneously was written very well. Because
so beautifully.
It happened so quick, but yet you felt the time slow.
Yes.
And I was like...
I agree.
I was like...
I agree.
Okay, anyway. My jaw dropped. And I was like, wow.
Wow.
I wasn't expecting it. And I was expecting... Anyway. Um, okay, there. And, like, but I also really love how when this happens, instead of the rage, like, getting worse, it goes away.
Yeah,
All of her
everything
rage
just
faded from
drains
her
out.
body. And she, like, goes to him, and he's, like, obviously, like, in pain.
Yeah, and she's holding him.
Like, she's holding his hand, she's clutching desperately, his grip is weakening, and, like, he's slipping through her fingers, and, like, she's, like, you could see the light, like, fading. Like, he is not there, and, like, his final breath, right, and he died. And Rainier has to come and, like, pull her into her arms and, like, hold her. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, and she's just sobbing.
Yeah, like, sobbing. And no one, and then we get a perspective shift. But I do love how it did say, none of them noticed the unseelie king as he stood over Casimir's lifeless body, eyes gleaming with triumph, the air around him thick with shadows.
Yeah.
Love that. Anyway, what did you think of Casimir's death?
I loved it. I mean, I know this sounds so bad, but, like, the moment that he got stabbed, I was like, I literally, like, was like, let's go, let's go, let's go, come on, yeah. I know that I shouldn't have gotten, like, that excited for this guy to die, but I really was. I was so like, it was like one of the because here's the thing is, like, we both said one of the brothers have to die.
Yeah,
they got to.
They have to.
If it doesn't happen at the end of this book, it's gonna happen at the next book. But I love that it happened at this book, and I do like that it was Casimir, only because I think that perspective is going to change for her in terms of if she even likes Rune.
Ooh.
I think that things are going to be very interesting. Because I think some shit's going to get so fucking weird for a bit.
Yes, I do think it's going to get really weird.
Grief does do that to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But also, like, when she saw him fighting, she saw him and was, like, relieved because she felt that very, once again, the feelings that, like, she has been describing, like, when she's with him. That, like, calm, consistent, steady, just very, like, familiar.
Yeah.
Like, very, like, they're very familiar, you know, in terms of that. Not necessarily, like, oh, I love him. It's just, like, that familiarity in terms of, like, because it's one of those things where it's like I don't think that she knows that she didn't really like him like that.
Yeah.
But, like, I think, like, here's the thing is, I was like, she was confusing. Her
safety net's gone.
Yes, very much so. Like, yeah, her safety net's gone. So it's like in terms of that, you know, and also she knows that, like, Rune would never do certain things that Casimir would do, just because Casimir's an asshole. Yeah. But, you know.
Yeah.
But I was so excited when he died. I was not gonna lie. I was like, let's go. Let's fucking go.
Because I think it's gonna send her onto a really good character arc.
Yes. And also, like, we're seeing how, you know, the prophecy could be different in a way. Like, you know, like, she is finding her own thing. Like, you know, like, you know, I think that, like, the prophecy says something about,
I want to
like,
reread the prophecy. See if I can find it while you continue talking. We get a perspective shift.
Yeah, we get a perspective shift, and it's Rune. Because...
Sorry, that was loud.
Obviously, like, Rune is, like, in shock. Because, like, obviously, you just saw your brother die. And... It's like shocking, and Rune is there, and he openly says there's this feeling of that I had to shut off. I had to not see Talia crying. I had to not see.
I had to shut, like, because the bond, you could feel it, so he had to shut that out.
Like there were certain things that he had to, like, close off to be able to do what he needed to do next. And it was one of those things where, like, he didn't stop himself from moving forward to to start fighting.
Yeah.
You know,
I did find it, but I want to read it after we finish the chapter.
Fantastic. And fighting, like, you know, the king and doing that, and their fight was short.
Yeah.
It was very short. You know, Rune is very concise, very deliberate, and very good at what he does. And even Casimir had admitted that before.
Yeah.
That Rune is an exquisite, amazing fighter.
Yeah.
And I also love that Rune just kind of like literally chops his head off.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
He literally just
that's it.
And he's like, well.
Yeah, and that was it. Because it's almost like the king took too much time gloating.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because it's like they say that like once his head was cut off, you see the Unseelie king like, you know, covered in blood, like the floor is being drenched in blood, but you see his lifeless body hit the floor. But the magic, but like there was this like shadow that was released from his body into the air that didn't dissipate.
And it latched onto Rune.
Yeah, and before anybody could understand what was going on, it like went into Rune, and Rune like immediately the ice started melting and he like started like feeling weird, and there was like this internal fight. Yeah. And then once it settled, Rune felt this power that he'd never felt before. He had the possession of ice, but now all of a sudden he has this possession of shadows as well.
Yeah. And I do like how it said was like the connection with ice was still there. The shadows obeyed. Like another connection was there. Sorry. But there's a new connection, and when he tugged on it, the shadows obeyed. I like the word obeyed there.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
And I thought it was so interesting how he goes over and he picks up the crown. Yes. Like immediately that was his reaction.
But also it was one of those things where it was like he openly said that like this newfound power, this newfound feeling drew him towards this.
Yeah.
That power sought that crown. That power reached for the crown.
Yeah.
And so it's very interesting that that's phrased like that.
Yep, I agree. And it's also like, you know, now he's kind of looking and he sees Talia like at Casimir's side, and I do love how the pain from his brother's death swept through him, nearly unbalancing him. And he's like, hold on. But he's like, no. Like,
yeah, and then he picks up the crown, which is crazy to me.
I do love how it also says, like, Rune walked with an unnerving calm towards the severed head of the Unseelie king, every step echoing through the room. And he knelt before it, and that's when he picked up the crown. And so I thought really interesting how now it's like, hey, like, he's moving very differently. Love that. And I do love how he puts on the crown and he turns to the soldier and is like, bow to your new king. Like, immediately, like, he's like, oh, I'm the king now. Like, I think it's very interesting. I was like, whoa, shit, what is happening? I'm like, oh my god, this is not what I thought was going to happen.
No, this was not what I thought was going to happen, honestly.
But I'm here for it.
But yeah, I was like, but I'm so here for it. I'm like, oh, this is a little different. This is a little different.
And like the soldiers were confused. They were
confused.
But they do bow to him. And then the power radiating from Rune, the power Rune now held radiated from him, a mix of frost and shadow. The old king's magic bound to him inadvertently. From this moment forward, there will be peace between the Seelie and Unseelie court. And then he walks over to Talia and goes, I bow to you and only you, my queen.
Yeah. Yeah. Like he kneels down and bows to her. And I'm like,
so good.
My gosh. But like,
oh God. I thought not where I thought it was going to go, but I'm here for it. I also really love how quick the battle was. It wasn't drawn out.
Yes, it was not.
And I love that.
I think that was purposeful, though.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like a lot of times, like, we get this really long, drawn out battle where this was boom, boom, boom. And I went, holy shit.
Yeah. But I loved how fast paced it was. But it's also one of those things where it's like do you think that the body matters? Or do you think it's about the magic?
See, that's what I was wondering. Because now he's king because he has the magic. Think about that. But But if we go back, before I read this prophecy, if we go back when the king, I think this was what was planned the entire time.
Yes, and this is what the king was talking about when he was like,
it's like, she'll be mine anyway. Like, she will be mine eventually.
Yeah.
Because
like,
that's why I'm like, it has to be the magic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree. Because it's like do you think the magic made him that way? Like, do you think
I think so. But is Ruin going to become that way now?
But also it's like just read this prophecy. Because it does say that the kingdoms will be united, but in like in a different way.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me.
And they are.
Back. Yeah.
But also like.
I'm gonna drop my entire iPad. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay. Stay, dumb thing. Okay. So it says, when fire and shadow intertwine, a queen shall rise, her fate divine, bound by love and a crown of light. She shall mend the realms, the endless night. The Seeley's warmth, the Unseeley's might, shall find their truce in vows of right. A throne once split, now forged anew, by hands of flame and heart most true. Through trials fierce and blood once shed, shall weave the fate the stars have read. Not war nor blade nor curse's breath shall break the bond-defying breath. And when the court in twilight stand, her reign shall heal the surrendered land.
Me. I mean, it seems like the prophecy is coming true.
Yeah. Because fire and shadow.
Yeah.
Blood shed.
Yep.
Not by war nor blade nor curse's breath. I need to know more about this shadow magic. I don't know enough.
Yeah, I would like to know more about the shadow magic thing.
Yeah.
But it does seem like, like in certain terms, like the first thing is happening, when fire and shadow meet.
Yeah.
This is it. When they come together, there will be peace. That's exactly what Rune stated. There's going to be peace. I will only bow to you. You are my queen, regardless if I.
But also, how interesting, crown of light. I think is interesting.
And she hasn't been crowned yet.
No, she has not been crowned yet. But interesting.
But he picked up the crown of shadows.
Yeah.
Because it openly says that not only he was pulsing from it, but the crown was also pulsating this power. So it's like I don't know about this shadowy, powery thing.
Yeah, I'm like,
that seems weird.
I'm excited to see where this goes. This really was not what I was expecting. I was
not what I was expecting, but I kind of loved it.
I'm so here.
But also, I do think that things are going to get weird. Am I crazy that I do think that Rune's going to try to bring his brother back?
Absolutely.
I do think that there's going to be this weird.
There's going to be a really odd dynamic. Also, where the fuck is Taryn? It's driving me insane.
Ashley says that all of the time.
I'm where is he?
Well, maybe just he's not a fighter. And he's not.
He's not a fighter.
He's kind of openly stated that.
But it's interesting, when she went missing.
It's
where was he? And why wasn't he there to be like, fuck, where's my best friend? If I got a call saying Kaylee was missing, I would fly out to California on the next flight.
But it's also one of those things where it's I don't know.
I don't know, man. All I know is it's just odd. I'm curious if we're going to see him before the book ends.
Taryn?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I wouldn't be shocked either way.
Yes.
But
it's also Taryn openly said chapter. That he's in he's doing a mission.
Yeah. He's kind of doing recon and stuff. Yeah.
So it's I don't know.
Who knows? But
I don't know.
What a good chapter. Do you have any other thoughts? What did you think? Where do you think it's going to go in the last 3 chapters? Because we're almost done. I can't believe we're almost done.
I think Talia's going to get crowned.
I think
Talia's going to get crowned in the last chapter, but I think she's going to get crowned and she's not going to be married while she's crowned.
Good for her.
Yeah. Because that was kind of the thing Casimir's we have to get married and then you can be crowned. You can't be crowned.
She has to be
but
crowned
then she also was but why? She openly said she was why can't I be crowned before we get married?
Yeah.
And then he was well, that's just not how it works.
Yeah.
And it's okay, well, whatever. But also it's if we get a wedding at the end of this, I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna scream.
Good or bad?
Good
scream, bad scream.
A mix of both.
Okay,
I
that's
don't
so
know.
valid.
Anticipation scream. Oh my god, I don't know, but is it happening? But I'm very excited. But also I'm like, it can't happen this quickly.
It's been a whole 42 chapters, not this quickly.
Book, but like we can't do it. Like it's
they
not
haven't
okay.
even kissed. Oh god.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. You guys haven't even kissed. Like, first of all, I'm sorry, we're not like married at first sighting this, because I'm fucking no. The answer is no. I don't care. I'm not down. Okay, I'm not really down for this thing.
I also really loved it. I remember like the first, I think it was our first episode of this book or the second episode. We were like, oh, I love this because I feel like it's going to be a lot more spicy than what we've read before.
The answer is no. It's just spicy and longing.
God, which I'm so okay with.
Yeah. But I'm also just like he's going to be separated by kingdoms. What if he can't attend her coronation?
Imagine. Oh. But I do love how he walked over and says, I bow to you and only you.
Yeah. I'm like, oof. Okay, gang.
But now I'm really curious if, like, because obviously Talia is going to be weird. Ruin's going to be weird. I'm curious to see what Ruin does once, like, kind of grief is kind of like, like done its core, like that stuff, like time passes. Yeah. Now that his brother's not in the pictures, he's still gonna like, no, I can't because now I have the shadow magic and I can't go near her.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Are we gonna be back in the same predicament?
Yes.
So. Interesting. Any other thoughts?
I don't know. I'm just very excited. I really do.
I wasn't expecting it.
Like I said, I do think that she's going to get crowned. And I do think that we finally might meet the fucking council.
Oh my god. We saw them twice in the beginning of the book.
Yeah. We might finally get to meet.
Also, do you think we're ever going to find out what Ruin did in that chamber?
No.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so. But I also think it's like I think he's dead, obviously.
Well, no
shit. I don't think that. I think they're dead.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think we're going to get to know. But I think that we're not going to get to know what happens in that chamber, but I think we're going to
see it in a different way. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, but I'm very excited to see what happens now that he's the Shadow King.
God, that's going to be so good.
Shadow Ice King, go.
That's probably a really cool combo.
I mean, yeah.
Because imagine being able to do like spikes of ice and hiding it in the shadow.
Listen. Icy emo Shadow King. Okay. Because you can't tell me that this man is
dragon
fucking,
boy.
like, yeah.
Now
like,
we have
okay.
emo ice shadow boy.
Yeah. Now
King
we have,
boy.
Yeah. Literally. We have emo ice shadow King boy. So
add it to our little list. It's a little pile, like little fenced off.
All of the shadow dudes are all emo. What? Why? The answer is nobody knows, but it's a thing.
It really is, and it's really funny, and I'm kind of here for it. Good for them.
Yeah, I'm also very here for it.
Yeah, but I don't have any other thoughts.
No, I think that's it. The only other thing is
climax.
Yeah, I was like, amazing climax. Also, don't forget, guys, to tune in next week as we finish up this fucking book.
Oh my god,
let's go! Because like we're literally
this is our
next week. Is our last chapter of this book. We do think that we are going to take like a small little break, and then we're going to read what's the book's name again, Ashley? It's the same author of In the Tall Trees. I guess they did make a sequel.
They did.
Questionable.
They did.
Not actually questionable, because we are going to be reading that book next. Me like saying that as a question, as Ashley's literally looking up the title of the book. But yeah, so that is going to be the next book that we are going to read, just as like a small like crossover
in the Tall World.
Okay, so that is going to be the next book. So we're going to take a little break because next week is going to be the end of
and it's
our
short.
Beguiled.
It's only 4 hours long. It's really short. So it's a short.
I mean, it's going to be a one-off episode, very similar to like how we like did our episodes in February. But we're going to do a one-off book. We're going to read In the Tall World. So please stay tuned to that. And then after that, we're going to obviously start up the second.
I'm so excited.
Book in this series, which I'm very excited for. But thank you guys so much for listening, tuning in, and make sure to like, follow, subscribe, hit all of the buttons. We also have a Buy Me a Coffee linked in our bio and
which you can find on Instagram.
Yes. You can find us on Instagram as well as like our link on Instagram as well. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, listening, joining us, doing all of the things. Also, make sure you comment down below. Do you think she was drugged or do you think she was awakened? And then as well as what do you think is going to happen now that...
in the finale.
Yeah, like what do you guys think is going to happen, especially now that, Rune is king?
Yeah.
How do you think things are going to change? Ooh.
Let's see.
Let's see.
The last thing we want to say to you guys is...
what did the void say to you?